Some of you may remember that I visited a Goodwill outlet while attending a wedding in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Most outlets like this one receive merchandise that hasn't sold from the regular Goodwill outlets, and they sell it by the pound. Here's my stuff on the scale at checkout. I ended up buying a suitcase that I saw there and filling it with all my other finds. Do you have a hard time coming up with new and unique ideas for Christmas decor every year? Well, I find that I am most creative when I give myself a challenge, like how many things can I make from a broken chair, or how can I upgrade a kitchen for under $100? So I decided to challenge myself this week to turn that Goodwill suitcase and its entire contents into Christmas decor. And let me tell you, it really was a challenge because that suitcase contained a hodgepodge of decidedly non-Christmas-like items. I hope you'll stick around until the very end when I show you what I did with this suitcase itself, which I think turned out to be my favorite DIY project of all. I can't wait to show you what I came up with, so let's get started. When I purchased this woven placemat, I knew that I was going to try to take it apart. I used a seam ripper to cut through the stitching that held the placemat together. Once I cut through the initial seams, I was able to pull the rest of the placemat apart by hand. Then I just pulled out all the loose threads. I rolled up a poster board into the shape of a cone and then used tape to hold the shape in place. I put extra packing tape around the top of the cone to give it some extra stability. I cut the bottom of the cone to make it level when standing upright. Then I began adhering the strip of placemat around the cone using hot glue to hold it in place. I applied the hot glue to the placemat strip and then pulled it tightly around the cone, making sure to slightly overlap the previous strip. As I neared the end of the placemat strip, I trimmed off the bottom of the cone to make it a little shorter. I rolled up a small piece of the placemat and stuck it in the hole at the top of the cone and hot glued it in place to give it a more prominent point. And I stuffed the cone with packing paper to help it hold its shape. Then I cut a circle of cardboard from a cereal box and hot glued it to the base of the cone. Originally, I was just going to add some greenery to this wall decor, but then I decided that I only wanted to use the outside ring. I used my angle grinder to cut through the 3 places where the inner piece was welded to the outer ring, and then I touched up those 3 spots with some black paint. I hot glued a piece of driftwood across the ring, and then I drilled a hole through each end of the piece of driftwood and ran wire through it to more permanently attach it to the ring. Then, using faux greenery taken from an old Christmas tree and a wreath that I took apart in last week's video, I began wiring the stems to the lower half of the wire ring. I also used some berries and curly sticks from that old wreath to add some color and texture. Then I ran florist wire around some pine cones from my yard and attached those to the ring. Then I hot glued on a small flock deer that I purchased for $1 at the Amazon Clearance Center. Vintage silver and brass bowls make such beautiful containers, so I didn't care that this sugar bowl was missing its lid. To create an arrangement for this sugar bowl, I tore a few pages from a vintage hymnal, rolled up the sheets and tied them with twine, and then put them in the bowl. I had thrifted some plastic antlers that had been part of a Halloween costume. I cut off the elastic and added those to the bowl. I drilled a small hole in the wood base of a bottle brush tree and then glued in a small dowel rod. This allowed me to stick the tree into the bowl without gluing it in. Then I added a couple of the pine cones that I had previously bleached and some gold berries. Finally, I filled in all around with some Spanish moss to hold everything firmly in place. I'm not sure why, but I felt the need to save this old book that was missing its cover. So I printed out a vintage Christmas book cover in a size to fit the top of my rescued book, and I just attached it using a good quality glue stick. My cover was just a little too big, so I just trimmed up the edges with scissors. Then I took some branches from my yard and cut them to approximately the same length and wired them together. Then I stuck in some greenery stems and some berries into the wire. Next, I used some twine to attach the stick bundle to the book. I hot glued on a few small pine cones, and finally, I added a bow. I really must say that I rescued some very sad things from the Goodwill bins that day, like this strange little angled drawer and this cracked and broken music box. I decided to see if I could break away the ceramic stable so that I could use the Holy Family figurines inside the little drawer. Although I was mostly successful, the bases of the figurines were pretty jagged. So after I hot glued them into the drawer, I hot glued Spanish moss around the figurines to hide those rough edges. I hadn't originally planned on painting the drawer, but once the figurines were inside, I decided that I wanted a black background, so I did the best I could to paint around the figurines. To fill in the space above the Holy Family, I printed out a vintage image of the lyrics to O Holy Night and cut that down to a small strip and used Mod Podge to adhere it to the inside of the drawer. Then I glued a small plastic star ornament in the center of the drawer. One of the nicer items that I picked up at the bins was this brass bowl, but oddly enough, I also picked up this sad and somewhat dirty pink flower. Unfortunately, the camera turned off while I added styrofoam and began arranging the flowers in the brass bowl. I had cleaned the pink flower before I added it in, and once all the flowers were added, I sprayed them with adhesive and sprinkled on iridescent glitter to make the arrangement more Christmassy. I tied a couple bows onto skewer sticks and then stuck those into the arrangement as well. When I saw this cork frame at the bins, I thought it was so ugly that it was almost cute, and I was determined to rescue it. I thought the egg carton and stick mushrooms that I made in a video a couple weeks ago would look adorable in this cork frame. I'll be sure to link that video in the description box in case you want to watch the full tutorial. I vacuumed out the dust but decided to leave the existing dried flowers and just added my mushrooms to the arrangement. Then I found a rustic Santa ornament in my stash and I hot glued him inside the frame as well. I glued a wooden snowflake to the burlap background and then added some berries and greenery to the cork frame itself. Some other items that I had tucked away inside that Goodwill suitcase included a nice glass vase and a small fake succulent. To give the glass vase a Christmassy vibe, I printed out a green and red mint syrup label and adhered it to the side of the vase with Mod Podge. I applied a second coat of Mod Podge over the top to protect the label. I added some stems from my stash that had previously been sprayed with fake snow. Spray snow turns to powder after a season, so I cleaned them up as best I could. To make the succulent look like it belonged in a Christmas arrangement, I covered it with spray adhesive and sprinkled on buffalo snow before adding it to the vase. Because I wasn't able to wipe off all of the old spray snow, I decided to cover the arrangement with spray adhesive and sprinkle on buffalo snow. To finish it off, I tied a little ribbon around the neck of the vase. Probably my best find at the bins was this vintage wood level, which I liked just the way it was. But I had promised myself to turn everything from inside that suitcase into Christmas decor. I drilled some small holes into the level, removed the bottoms off of some bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree, and inserted the wire ends of the trees into the drilled holes. Then I glued on a plastic deer and some little wood skis that had broken off of an old ornament. I found a woodsy-looking Santa ornament in my stash, and I hot glued him onto the level too. Then I glued on some small styrofoam snowballs and some fake snow to the top of the level. I glued a little bell and a bow over the cutout hole in the level, and then went around the top of the level with some very small pom-pom ribbon that I had. They had a lot of pretty pillows at the Goodwill bins, but because they take up a lot of space in one suitcase, I brought home this blue velvet pillow sham instead. I cut out a star pattern from a piece of foam board, traced around it, and then cut out the shape from the blue velvet pillow sham. When cutting it out, I made sure that the velvet star was slightly larger than the foam board star. I hot glued the foam board to the velvet star and then began folding the edges of the velvet over to the back of the foam board and gluing them in place. I traced out another star on a piece of scrapbook paper, cut it out, and adhered it to the messy-looking back side of the velvet star. Then I hot glued on some sparkly silver pipe cleaner around the edges of the star. And finally, I hot glued on an old Christmas ornament that said "Believe." I made another cone tree, this time using a large piece of cardstock paper. Then I wrapped a large piece of the velvet pillowcase around the cone, hot gluing it in place. To hide the quilting at the seam, I folded the top edge of fabric under just a little bit before securing it to the cone. I cut the extra fabric off the bottom edge and then tucked the rest inside the cone and secured it with hot glue. I stuffed the cone tightly with old packing paper and then cut a circle of cardboard and glued it across the bottom of the cone. This next project is very similar to one that you've seen me do before. I found several of the alphabet blocks in various sizes at the bins and decided to use them to create a snowman. I used wood glue to glue 3 blocks together, and then I used hot glue to attach a styrofoam hat to the top. I take the hats off of miniature snowman ornaments from Walmart. Then I cut a strip of fabric off of a thrift store scarf to create a scarf to go around the block snowman. I drilled a small hole in the center of the O and then glued in the carrot nose from the Walmart ornament. I used a paint pen to draw on his eyes and mouth. Then I drilled a hole on each side of the middle block and glued in 2 small peg hooks for arms. I glued a small pipe cleaner wreath to one of the arms. At this point, I had used everything that was inside the suitcase. Now it was time to see what I could do with the suitcase itself. To begin, I needed to remove that very stained lining. Luckily for me, it pulled right out. After a good cleaning, I applied some spray adhesive to the lid portion of the suitcase and then adhered a piece of black poster board that I had cut out to fit inside. I printed out a copy of the sheet music to the song Silent Night and used a glue stick to attach the sheet music over the piece of poster board. I had previously thrifted a fuzzy vest from Goodwill and had used portions of it to cover a pumpkin and a picture frame. Now I was going to try to use a large piece of it to fashion a sheepskin of sorts. I had filled a couple cardboard boxes with some packing paper and stuck those in the base of the suitcase. Now I covered the cardboard boxes with my fuzzy fabric. Then I arranged a Christmas village on top of the fabric and added some twinkle lights from Dollar Tree. Last week, the link to my Christmas playlist didn't work, so I'm trying it again today, and I hope you'll check it out.